Out of the box at Totally Random Questions here at the 194 Morning Playhouse. What was your, it wasn't in the job description moment. Maybe it's a job you have now, maybe it's 28 years ago, but your task was something where you're like, yeah, I don't think this is necessarily part of my job here. You ever been there, ABK?
I feel like there are so many things that happen in this building at work where I think this is not part of the job description.
And other duties as assigned. Did you not read that sentence?
Yeah, what is that little
It's very
clause?
open-ended. That means we can ask you to do anything.
Basically, I mean, I remember one time we had a car for a certain time period for the month of October, and it was like paint the town pink, and I was asked to take the detailing off the car.
Like the wrap, like the stickers,
wrap. Yeah. I mean, there's been times we've been asked to go decorate a bunch of Christmas trees. And I thought, come on. Or most recently, someone asked me to grill at an event. I said, I don't even grill for my family.
I think you'd have done a great job.
That's what I said. What grill? What grill am I using? Where are we getting the meat? I don't know how to even light a grill.
And in hindsight, you're the wrong person to have asked, probably.
Yeah, and I thought, if you want to add this to an event, add in some money, bro.
Yeah, there you go. And some meat, apparently. And a grill.
And
And a
maybe
grill
someone
master.
who knows how to grill. Steven offered, he said, I can do it for you. So I told him the day and time, and he was like, that's not going to work with my schedule. I said, well, that's when the event is. He said, can they move it to Saturday? No. What? What?
My husband says he can grill for you on Saturday. Does that work?
So that's not even when the event is. But I think the grilling thing is out.
What was your that wasn't in the job description moment? I take things in strides. Don't have a lot of them, but my favorite one is this, and I know I've shared this in different contexts before, but we had a camel in here once that peed all over the floor, and I had to go clean the camel pee, so I had to go get like a carpet shampoo and all this, and I don't think we don't get as many zoo animals around here ever since the camel pee, but if you go down the hall to a certain studio down the hall, I can still tell where that happened.
I think we haven't got as large of zoo animals.
But it's like handheld ones
We would
now.
bring, smaller. There's still smaller animals that come here. Do you remember the day when there was a bird in the entryway and I had to walk by? And I am deathly afraid of birds.
And it didn't like you, I don't think.
No,
It's giving you the eyes.
I went the long way around. I was so scared.
That bird wants to give you the business.
Ugh.
What was your that wasn't in the job description moment?
Oh, my God. If only you were there. I was working in a restaurant at one point, and my main job was to serve people, take orders, serve people. Never once did anyone tell me I was responsible for bathrooms when men would go in there and absolutely blow them up. Okay. Not to be too graphic, but it looked like a bomb exploded inside this guy. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I just have to have someone feel my pain because it was awful. And all of a sudden, my coworkers who never lift a finger a day in their lives are like, so fast at work. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm busy. I'm doing this. I'm cashing out. Okay. So no one can clean the bathroom with me. So I get on, I'm not even kidding you. I grabbed garbage bags and put them over my shoes, over my arms. I looked like a gigantic hefty bag trying to clean this bathroom. And no raise, no special compliments. No one even knew what I went through.
I mean, I feel like we've all just kind of mentally joined you on a trip back in time to the explosive toilet.
Well, at least I could have someone in part share my pain.
I feel like that should have been the manager's job, not your job.
I agree. Totally agree with you. I am fully on board with managers cleaning bathrooms.
Someone said working the front desk at a hotel, yet had to plunge guest toilets as needed. Yuck. Someone else said, I work at a restaurant and I was asked to move a dead raccoon out of the parking lot. And I said, I don't think that's a part of my job. And the manager said, it's all hands on deck. Gross.
But yet you're the only hands that will be on the dead raccoon.
Someone said, my not in the job description moment is when my boss asked me to help him move a couch around the office. I work in IT and I reminded him of that. And he said, you're young, you have a back. I'm still mad about it.
You and your young back. Best get back to moving some couches.
Yeah, help move that around.
What was your, that's not the job description moment?
So I was working for a CPA, and he's Hasidic Jewish, and then his son came in to help him one day, and I was asked to give him tasks, and I needed him to deposit some checks at the bank a couple doors down. It seemed simple enough. I filled out the deposit slips. All he had to do was give them to the bank teller, and he didn't know what a bank teller was. So I said the first thing that came to mind, and I said, oh, those are the people that get shot in bank movies, like bank heist.
That's kind of accurate, I guess, yeah. And so did that land well? Was there laughter, or was there like, what is happening right now?
Oh, there was no laughter.
Oh.
He was just like, oh, okay, thank you for telling me that.
I feel like I would just not admit that I didn't know what you're talking about. Go to the bank and be like, can you point me to a bank teller, please? And the person most likely that would talk to him would be a bank teller and
It's
be
me.
like, yeah, you're here.
Oh, well, if you're in like a very insular environment, I guess there's just a lot of normal stuff you don't get to do.
True.
So it didn't even occur to him to think about that. But I taught him. He's a good kid.
Okay. Fascinating. Thank you for that. What was your, it's not really my job description moment at work.
Someone said, my boss found out I'm good at baking. Huge mistake. Now every birthday, retirement, baby shower, office party, he always asks me if I can make something. So I've accidentally turned my salary job into a free bakery. And someone else said, I work at a bank and an elderly customer accidentally locked her keys in her car. So my boss asked if I could go outside and help her get them. And then she asked if I could drive her home. And I had to explain that I work at the bank and I can't. But I ended up ordering her an Uber. And someone else said, I'm a nurse, so obviously you expect weird stuff. But I once had to help a patient find their dentures because they accidentally threw them in the trash. I spent 20 minutes digging through garbage cans.
Oh,
Gross.
yours sounds like it might be kind of cool. So it was that's not in my job description moment, but it sounds like you had a pretty cool job. You're working on like Hollywood or something?
Okay, so the job description was basically to be an assistant to all of the actors on set.
Cool.
So leading them to where they needed to be and, on time. The next thing I know, I'm babysitting the lead actor's kid. And it was not, it wasn't
How famous?
almost like what they say about preachers' kids. This kid was so bad. I wanted to quit that day. It was the worst. But it was the lead actor, and this is an actor that we all know, so I couldn't complain. I had to do the job, but it was not in my job description. I'm not a babysitter.
Was it all the time or was it just like a one-time thing? Just because they couldn't find someone?
Well, they had someone, but she couldn't make it that day. So it ended up being for that whole week. It was not just a day. And I probably shouldn't have did so well with the kid because I ended up having that as my job for that week. It was horrible.
That time you're like, I wish I'd done a crappier job.
It was horrible, I swear.
That's interesting. And that's how I met Scott Eastwood.
That's what I want to know. Who is it?
This is going to drive me crazy now.
Someone said, I work at a hardware store and a customer came in asking where the rope was. Then 5 minutes later, I'm in the parking lot with him, helping him get a raccoon out of his truck. I still don't know how we went from rope to raccoon, but I was trained for neither.
Listen, there's been a very disproportionate amount of raccoons on the show today. A lot of weird raccoons.